Body is fine.
Yes, sir. We are good, sir.
Thank God. All right, so today we are not actually going to do much. As I said last week, I would like you guys to use today to have another meeting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Nat.
Yeah.
Uh,
How are you, sir?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Today you are here.
Yes, please.
That's nice.
Okay.
All right, so we'll be using the period to wrap up with our presentation slides, discussions on the presentation, and whatever that's supposed to be, so that when we meet next week for face to face, for our face to face meeting, you can have a very nice presentation and stuff. So probably that's what maybe so for some few minutes I'll just go through or talk a little bit about the software and then hardware, right? For maybe 10-15 minutes. We will just talk about. But before I do that, let me just ask about the presentation slides and whatever. So each group will just tell me how far they've gone to, what is happening, and stuff. So group one. Group one. Uh,
Hello, sir.
who is in group one? I think yeah, Dixon.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you, but your voice seems a little bit down.
Okay. Is it okay, please?
Yes, please.
Okay. We are doing telecommunication and networking.
All right.
And so we received the PDF of the book and we are still it's still under construction, but then we are on track.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
So, believing that if we have the period for today, you guys can be able to meet as a group. So we are online, so you guys can just switch to your teams, and then probably when we are done, you just switch. You don't stop, but you just meet on your group platforms for the next either 30 minutes or the 40 minutes or 1 hour, and then you discuss. You continue to discuss till you're able to put
Right.
up your slides. So that's
Okay.
very nice. Thank you, group one. Group two.
Yes, sir. Good morning once again.
Yes, Rebecca.
Yes, sir. So we are speaking about e-business.
Okay. So how is it going?
So far so good. Sir.
You people started.
Yes, please.
You are putting up your slides.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Actually, we are done, but with how we did it is a little bit concise. So I think when we spoke about the evolution, the introduction, the types, the core components, the benefits, challenges, how e-business works. And then we also spoke about the key functions, the raw word applications, and then the e-business versus the e-commerce, and then the conclusions here.
Okay. I hope all your information are coming from the textbook. So your headings and the title supposed to be from the book, so that
Yes,
people
yes,
can follow up and have a fair idea. In case there are questions, objective questions in the exams and stuff, people should be able to relate it to whatever that's it's happening.
yes, sir.
All right. So at least you have the rest of the day or the time for our class to wrap up and do some touches. And as I said, your slide's supposed to be just like what we have. Shouldn't have a lot of packed information, but it should follow some kind of pattern, the point, and when you guys are presenting, you can explain. You can explain your point. All right. Okay. So group three. So thank you very, very much, Rebecca.
Always, sir.
All right. Group three. Who is in for group 3? Group 3 members, please. Oh, where are the group 3 members? Is there no group 3 member in the meeting?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Aaron.
Yes, sir. Sir, we are doing e-commerce. Subject that we are treating is e-commerce.
Is it e-commerce? Rebecca, you guys are doing what? E-business?
Yes, sir. E-business.
You guys are e-business and okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And e-commerce group 3. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Aaron, so what's happening?
Okay, sir. We presented our individual researches, so we're
So
going
you
through the
need to
compilation
now
today.
come together and put up.
Together, yes, sir.
It seems you guys are far since one group is not almost done, but they are done actually. They are just summing up whatever that the case is.
And I will just
And
sum up to this.
you guys are now
Yes, sir.
trying to, put up things.
Yes, sir.
All right, so maybe we'll have the time for today for you guys
sir.
to bring up whatever that you have done together and then put up the slides, because we only have
Yes, sir.
this weekend and next week we are having a presentation.
Yes, sir.
So that within the week, or when you guys are having your individual group meetings, you can now present it. Each person will present, so you know who is able to present it well, who is not able, so that you adjust. So it doesn't become like you have assigned a role to somebody, but the person is struggling to even present the thing, and like it's not working for you guys. So you
Hello,
need to.
sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
Rebecca.
please, sorry to interject, but could you please speak a little bit louder?
My voice is low, eh?
Yes, please. Yeah, I'm struggling to get you.
All right.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. So I was saying, when you guys are done, probably if you're able to finish up with your presentation today, then within the week, when you're having your group meetings, then you can present to yourself, right? So whoever is supposed to present, maybe if you have 3 people who are supposed to present, then you try, each person will present his or her part. Then you can identify the loopholes and then assist. Either you have to bring in another person, or maybe you help the person to understand it better, because it's a group mark, and so you don't just say, I am a part, I'm done with my part, so I don't care whether he or she can present, but you should help each other. So you present to yourselves, and then at least you can be able to make some changes, fix some corrections and stuff. Right, so that is what I was saying. All right, thank you, Aaron, for group 3. So group 4, what's happening in group 4? Who is in group 4?
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good
Okay.
afternoon.
Yes, so group 4, we are tackling security and ethical issues in information studies.
Okay.
Okay, so we have started. We are almost done. Because of our time, we had to pair it into subtopic and share it among us. So last week we worked on it. We are yet to compile everything.
All right. So that is it. So I believe today's meeting will help you guys. If it's
Yes,
just 1
sir.
hour or something, it will help you guys to put it up, compile everything, and then have your slides nicely prepared. And please don't use, let me state this, don't use any colored background. It's supposed to be plain white so we can see. the writings. Some of you like colors, and some of your color combinations are also some way. I mean, black on black, or black on green, or on blue, or maybe on. Yeah, so we can't really see your writings. So don't. It should just be plain, and then maybe the writings you can combine some colors for the writing and stuff. But for the background, it's supposed to be white, and then use black for the writing so we can see. So it doesn't become multicolored and all that. Okay. So that is it for group 4. Security. Security is very, very important when it comes to information systems. So you should give us a lot of information on that, because we will have questions probably in the exams coming from security. It's one key aspect of, so like telecommunication, security, those are key, because we need to be able to connect, to be able to share information and that, and we need to also protect our information and also be able to know whether this is ethical, this is unethical, this is allowed, this is not allowed, and what are some of the attacks. So you need to let us have a better understanding. All right, so group 4, you have a lot to do. Especially group 1, group 4. All right, group 5.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, group 5, we are dealing with enterprise and global management of information system.
Information system. Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
So we are far advanced, and we are in the summary stages just to conform with the guidelines.
All right.
So that on the D-Day, we pray that the Almighty God will be with us to present a good job, sir.
Beautiful. Beautiful. The Almighty will help you too.
Yes, sir.
All right. Beautiful. So that is it also for group 5. So we have all the groups, and I believe, as we've all said, each group is working diligently to be able to provide us with some kind of information and stuff. All right, so that is basically it for, I believe it's all working for all the groups, and I'm excited. All right, so basically in the next few minutes I will let us end our meeting, and then you can sit up, meet in your groups, share your links, and then meet in your groups and then work, so that at least by the 1:15 you should be able to, at least you will have maybe 1 hour to work, which will help you to be able to put up stuff. All right, okay, so that is it for that. So as I was saying, I just wanted to maybe 5 minutes we talk about computer hardware and the software a bit, so that we can end the meeting. So when we talk about the computer hardware and software, these are very important aspects of our computing systems or our business information system to manage information. You see, we are moving right from the physical or the manual way of managing information, using papers and memorizing whatever that we have kept, and then whatever. You see, when we teach or when lecturers teach, the brain is able to keep just 11% of whatever is being taught, and so trying to remember everything becomes a challenge. That is why we decided to have ways of keeping information, and therefore we started using the punch holes and all these parchment, screws and all that, to keep information, so that whenever we need to refer, we can pick them up and then be able to refer. Now we move on to libraries, where we have books kept in the library, hard copies and stuff, and realizing this takes a lot of space. Now technology has come in, computer based information system where we can now use technology to manage information. Understand? And when we talk about this computer base, it deals with the hardware and the software. And the hardware, or the evolution of computers, as you all know, it's very, very important for you to read about the history of computers, how computers came about, and where it started from, and then where it has gotten to. I've given you slides and you can see, so you can refer to the textbook and then check some of the notes when it comes to computer software and hardware, which is very, very prominent in our life. So computer hardware has evolved from different stages all the way from the 1960s to I also say 16s, from the 16s all the way till this time, and it has evolved from different stages to where we are now. And the hardware is very, very important, because without a proper hardware, how do you even keep the information? How do you store the information? How do you utilize the information? So the hardware helps us to be able to understand and be able to manage our information properly. And the hardware can be broken down into different parts, like the input part of the hardware, the processing part of the hardware, the memory part of the hardware, the output part of the hardware. These are all parts that comes together to assist us in sharing and then receiving information, and in processing this information, or processing the data or the data into becoming information, right? So we did mention some of these input devices, their role, output devices, their role, then what? The memory part of the computer, where the processing takes place, right? The CPU, inside the CPU, all the things that happens there, processing and all that, so that we can convert the data, which is raw fact, into information, right? And then when we talk about the software is also very important to our life, because it is the software that allows us to be able to process all this information and work on this information. So there are softwares that can help us to make our work productive. When we talk about software can be basically grouped into two: system software and then the application software. All right. So the system software basically is like a betweener between the computer hardware that we have, which is the input devices, output devices, the memory, the processor, and all that. Those are the hardwares inside the computer. Whether it's physically, we can see it physically, or it's inside. It is physical, because when we open the motherboard, when we open this, we can see a lot of things. These are all physical things that we can see. Those are the hardwares, right? So how does your keyboard that is connected to that device able to work effectively? You understand? We need some softwares that can link them, so we can create a link between this and that, so they can work together. It's just like you are in Accra and there's another place called Kumasi. There must be a road to link Accra and Kumasi together. Without the road, if you don't know how you are going to get to Kumasi, even though you can get to Kumasi, but it's going to take a very long time. But because of the road, you can drive your car, or you can fly, and within some short time you are in Kumasi. But without a road, without air, you can now, or you have to now decide to walk through different places, days. That is how the computer works. Without the operating system, even though your computer can work, the hardware and then the application software can work, but it's going to take a very long time for you to process one simple thing. So the system software, which can be grouped into operating systems, which act as interface between the hardware and then the software, they instruct the software what to do and how to do this. Do you understand? So those are the operating systems. And then we have the utility and then the management softwares, which does the cleaning. It cleans the computer, prevent viruses from attacking our computer. If intruders want to have access to your information, these softwares will fight against them. Just like our immune system, there are certain either chemicals or whatever in our system that fight against any diseases that want to come into my body, unless the disease is overpowered, has the power over your immune system, then it will take control. Other than that, your immune system will fight them. That is how the utility softwares does. They make sure they compress whatever that we have so that the size can be on your machine. It fights against viruses that want to attack your machine, worms and all that, which the security people will give us several of these attacks, and then how they can be managed and stuff. So the system software helps to link the application software and then the hardware together. And then when we talk about application software, those are the software that are used to perform activities within our computing systems. Okay, so the application software can be grouped basically into two types. We have the general application software, and then we have the specific application software. When we talk about the general application software, they are the softwares that are used to perform general functions, and everybody can use that software. It does not, or it is, they are not limited to a group of people or group of workers within the working environment, but everybody can have them and use them. These are Word document, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, right? Those are the general ones. So on your laptop you have these general softwares where the moment you have Office Suite, then it means you have this application, or you can even use different software, and then you can still have this package in a different form. So I can have it on my laptop, you can have it in your laptop, or on your laptop. Aaron can have it, Dixon can have it, Joseph can have it, everybody can have that, Rebecca can have that, Vanessa can have that. And so it is for everyone. They are used for general purposes. I want to write a letter to my girlfriend, I can use that to write. I can use the general one. I want to do some calculations, I can use Excel. I want to create a database for mine, I can use Access, and everybody can use it. So those are the general purpose, and that is the common type of application softwares that we use. Everybody uses it to help us to be productive and to be effective in our working environment. Unlike the olden days where you have to write letters and make mistake, you throw this away, writing pads, you have to buy several of these things. Now when you are writing, the computer tells you that you are making a mistake, the spelling is not right. Why are you trying to spell this? The computer gives you options, then you can choose. So word processing helps us to be able to do a lot of, write our memos, write our reports, complete our assignments and all that. Those are the general ones. And then when we talk about the specific ones, specific application softwares are softwares that are used by units of an organization, or is being used by an individual to perform specific tasks. Like accounting software, procurement might have a software that they use to do all this purchase order and whatever that you call your terms, you understand. There are softwares that are used by the procurement unit only, and it cannot be used by any other unit. When you go to the law firm, they have some ledgers that they use. These softwares are used by the lawyers or the law firm only. If you are not, you cannot use that software for any purpose. You'll be wasting your time. What are you using it for? If you are not an accountant, the accounting software is not for you. When you go to the engineering department, they do designing. Before a product can be produced, they use this kind of manufacturing softwares, computer aided manufacturing softwares to design the product. Even a car, they design the car, how the car will move and all that, where the stairs are supposed to be, the time before the car itself will come into existence. These are softwares that are used by these guys. So they are specifically used by these units. Those are the specific application softwares, and we have several of them. And I believe in the slides we have stated some of these softwares and then how they can help us to perform our functions. And when we go deeper, we can also talk about programming softwares, which are basically more for IT. And so we wouldn't have our time wasting our time discussing about this programming softwares and then how they function. It's good to just read through them, but we don't need them because we are not going to program anything, we are not going to design anything. And that is why we decided to have the basic ones that can help us to be able to work in our unit and then in our department. All right. So softwares are very important, and hardwares are very important to any information system or business information system, because we need this to be able to manage the information and be able to perform our functions effectively and efficiently. So today, that is basically what I just wanted to summarize up on the softwares and then the hardwares, so we can have a broader idea what are all these issues. There are a lot of things that we don't really need them. We just need to have a better understanding that softwares are this, hardwares are that, and there are different groups, and then they help us to be able to perform our functions and our duties. All right, so that is it on softwares as we had our presentation in class the last time. Okay, if somebody has written something here, let me check. Hey, my voice is down again. Harrison, was my voice down? Hello?
Okay, now it's okay.
Sir, please. Okay, thank you.
Okay, then that's fine. All right, so that is it for our discussion for today. I'll just, at least we have about 1 hour. You can spend the 1 hour to summarize and then work on your slides for next week, so that next week we can be able to have a very nice, because next week when we come, we are not going to have maybe 10 minutes to summarize or 10-20 minutes. Our time is not enough, so that we can have enough time for the presentation. If 30 minutes, we can have that for the presentation, because we have 5 groups. If 5 by 30, it might not even be enough, because our time is just 2 hours. You see, so the moment we get in, exactly 11:30, we are starting the presentation. So please, the moment you are done with your first class, quickly rush out, buy your drinks and then whatever that you want to get, and come in quickly so we can finish early, so you can have enough time to go for a little bit long break in the afternoon. All right, any question, any contribution, anything that anyone want to say or share with us as we close? Today, if not, Joseph who sent me a message in the morning, I would have forgotten about the class. My whole focus was, because of the exams, I was just focusing on the exams until I saw his message this morning that we have a class. I was like, wow. I had forgotten about it totally. So Joseph, thank you very much for always reminding me. Yeah, sometimes I do forget because of the stress. And because yesterday was a holiday, I was thinking yesterday was a Saturday. So my mind was off. All right. No question, no contribution, no comment. Any comment? Where's Ramatu? It's like nowadays I don't hear from her in class. Is she alive? Is she here? Ramat?
Yes, sir. Please, I'm at work.
Hey, you are working?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Suleimana, any comment?
Yes, sir. Just a quick one, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the computer software, hardware, and information management helps us as a procurement and logistics work in progress officers
Yes.
to be abreast with current trends, and then it will help us stimulate our knowledge going forward and also enhance our capability to deliver as and when we are called upon to speak to issues related to ICT and information sharing. So, with the current trends in the global markets, now United Arab Emirates is saying that WEF yesterday or so, they are leaving the OPEC community, which of course is a good because of technology and quick information sharing. We have gotten to know of this, and businesses and other countries will plan so that their exit and other external shocks will not affect us going forward.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So that is it for computer hardware and software. They are very, very important. They look so simple, but they are very important because the moment you remove them from our life, there wouldn't be any information management when it comes to technology. These are the tools we need in managing our information. To have a database, you need to have a computer hardware and then the softwares. Because the software that we spoke about, the database management system, is a software. You understand? That are used for specific purposes. So without them, and then without the hardware, without the servers and all that, how do we keep this information? How do we run this information? So that is very, very important in our life. Any more as we close? Said we're ending at 12:15, so we have just 1 minute to close. So you can start your meeting on your own and then share your ideas and finish up with your slides. All right, so thank you all for joining, and I'll see you guys on Saturday on campus. Right, we'll meet on campus for our last lecture or our last meeting for the semester. Then quickly we might discuss the exams, modalities and stuff when we meet face to face. And that will be all for the semester. So thank you, and God bless you all, and enjoy the rest of your lectures, and then enjoy preparing your slides for our presentation on Saturday. All right, so bye to everyone.
Yes, sir. Have a wonderful day, sir.
All right, thank you.